What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about a handful of crypto mining stocks, Bitcoin mining stocks specifically. We're going to be talking about BTBT and Wolf for Flower Child, CleanSpark, Marathon, and GLXY for Honcho. I don't know if GLXY is a crypto mining stock, but we're throwing it in here nonetheless. Riot and Coin for balloons. And balloons, I know you requested, I forget which one you requested. You requested some other ones too. It might have been CleanSpark and Marathon. I'm just doing it now, guys, instead of going back and saying the other ones, that because it gets out of hand when people request the same coins, and I do it in a specific list that's chronologically requested. Instead of just going back and being confusing with it, I'm just going to say the first person that requested it, I'm going to give them the shout out. So it's not that I don't see that you requested it too. I'm not trying to phase anybody out or fade anybody out, whatever the word is, but I'm just more trying to keep it concise and less confusing. So going forward. Because the channel's getting bigger, man. So a lot of people are requesting the same things. It happens. It's very common. So I'm just gonna, the first person to request gets the shout out from now on. That's what it's gonna be. Anyways, from top to bottom here on BTBT, holding support at your 382. Looking good on the weekly so far. Not a whole lot of volume, but that's okay. Let's look at the daily. I like it. Oh, that's a nice bit of volume on the daily though. Yeah, that's a nice look, man. BTBT probably wants to go up more. I like the daily RSI. I like the weekly RSI. Yes, I do. 3-hour RSI looks good. Yes, it looks very constructive. Yeah. I forget if I was bearish or bullish on my last video. I might have been bearish, but maybe I was bullish. Maybe I was bearish down to the 382 and it hit that exactly. I don't know. I feel like I might have been bearish, right? To like these areas down here. I might have been. I don't remember. I'm going to stop focusing on that, but close below your 618. I'm sure I would have been bearish, man. Down to your 786, 886 area at least. But you didn't even hit that. You held that 382. This is a nice day, man, with nice volume. I would say I'm bullish on BTBT right now, man. I would definitely say that. From top to bottom here, if you can close above 313 tomorrow or the next day, sometime this week, that'd be nice. If you reject here, however, I'd flip bearish again. No longer bullish. And that'd be a little bit of a flip-flop, but that's what it takes sometimes, man. If you close, you did close a little bit above that 382 actually, didn't you? Just by a cent. So close higher tomorrow. If you do, likely you're going to 382, $4.06. And if you have a positive reaction with this, and I think you will see 662 to 886 come into play. And I already have lines up there, so maybe I was bullish on my last video. Oh no, that's from the 61869 there. Damn, just whatever, it's okay. So yeah, that actually lines up for a good top. But are you heading there now? That's the real question. Weekly RSI looks good. Daily RSI looks good. Everything else looks good. So I kind of do think you are. So unless you see a rejection from here, unless you close below 277 on a daily basis, bearish. But if you do continue higher, bullish, and I think you will, so I am bullish. I'll say that for BTBT. Let's pick this up real quick. I dropped my list, man. BTBT, we're moving on to Wolf. TeraWulf. Also a nice bounce off its 382, man. Closing above the 236 like that is a nice look. I think you want to go higher as well. Yeah. Top to bottom here. Yeah, closing back above your 618, man. You might go up to 410 or 566 pretty soon with TeraWulf. Nice bounce off your 50 as well. Very nice day. Good job. Yeah, probably higher, man. Probably. You're probably going to open up tomorrow real high. That's Wolf. CleanSpark. Now, I know CleanSpark had a day. Yep, a day and a half, man. Decent volume, not bad at all. Actually, really nice. You do have bearish divergence presenting itself. It's not confirmed yet. I very much do expect you guys that CleanSpark will revert back to like this 1260 area, in my opinion. Maybe even down to 1190, something like that. My reasoning for that is it's kind of done that throughout its whole movements up, right? If we put a line here at this high point, right there, you touched back at that for support before moving higher. You know, I mean, you inevitably did actually move higher, but you tipped it for support here, tipped it for support here, then moved higher. Put a line up here at the closing area, That's not the closing area. Sorry. I was like, that's a little bit, that went through it. There you go. Closing area, tipped it literally to a T. We're moving higher now. The next area to take into account would be technically that as the closing area, but maybe we do find support on the wick itself, somewhere between 1356 and 1190. I think that we will probably see prices closer to that 1190 area, but before then, absolutely we can move up higher. So anybody asking, because I know I've had a few people comment, is it a good time to get in? When will CleanSpark provide a good time to get in? I think if you're patient, you can buy back in down at these prices here, which are it's pretty substantial of a drop from here. And if you think that that's too crazy, like a 40% drop is crazy. I mean, from top to bottom, we had just a second ago, we had a 53% drop essentially, right? Before that, this drop here from top to bottom, we had a 55% drop, right? So seeing a drop, if we go higher, and I think we will go a little bit higher first. I know I'm talking about the downside, but I do think we go higher first. Seeing a drop that's like 40-something% from this current price, if we don't go higher, that's not crazy at all. But I do think we go higher from here, at least in the more immediate term. Probably a little bit above that 786. I bet we do flirt with this exact high area around $23, $24. We might turn around right at $21, which we almost hit today. That could be the high. It is possible. We do have bearish divergence presenting itself on the daily, but it won't be confirmed until we have a red day close. So just because tomorrow's red in the opening does not mean that it can't close green. And I would expect it to close green because BTC right now, unless it flipped bearish, it's looking good. $56,000, guys, which, by the way, I've been calling for 57,000. Might have been 57,300, I forget. I think 57,000 was the exact area I've been calling for it to continue upwards here for the past like week or so now. Of course, guys, of course, before that I was bearish, and I was wrong on that, but we're past that. Yeah, the 886 being at 58,200. I want to say I said 57,000 though, but it looks like you could go up a little bit higher. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is with the day closing like that, 5% in the green, we're already up 3% today. We absolutely could see CleanSpark and the rest of the miners see a very nice day up, a very, very nice day up. I do think Bitcoin will consolidate at some point as well, and that might be the time for these things to move down as well, but inevitably we have a lot higher to go, you guys. Let's just see. Yeah, we'll use this. We'll use this current high here, relative high to the low. The minimum target would be 101, 307 by the end of the cycle. Looks really good. CleanSpark, a little bit higher, probably around 21 to 2350. We're at 2035 right now, somewhere in that zone. I don't think we'll hit the 886, though we could. But inevitably, I do expect that we will see prices back in this area here. Actually, that's not right. Oh, that's why. Back in this area here. Is this? Did I do this right? Maybe I was looking at it on the weekly. Oh, it was the weekly. Oh, okay. Between about 1350 and 1190, somewhere around there. Anyways, that's CleanSpark. So if you're patient, that might provide a good area. None of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but that's what I'm doing. I'm not chasing it. I'm waiting for it to come back, and then I'll just buy back in. Top to bottom here. Relatively low. It actually would be a little bit lower than where I sold the last time I sold. But let's see. 61869. Looking good, dude. Looking good. I do like the weekly. Let's see how the week closes, because it looks good right now, but we have 4 days left. A lot can happen. Let's wait for the week to close. If you do close above this $30.10 area, we're probably making moves up to $41 to $57 very soon. So again, wait for the week to close. Just because today moves up, which it probably will, doesn't mean that it's go time to those prices yet. But I kind of have a good feeling that this thing does want to see a $40 to $57, $58 price pretty soon. It does look pretty good on the daily and the weekly. I will say that. So that's Marathon. But that can change. Again, that can change, man. If we close below these lows here, down we go. Likely below these lows, all the way down to like $11 even. So that can change. GLXY. Galaxy Digital, baby. I'm assuming it's Neo, or is it TSX? Which one do you want? We're going to do TSX. We're going to do Neo. And we're going to go back to TSX. All right. Because the volume is bigger. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Top to bottom. Almost looks like Bitcoin's chart. kind of, yeah, looks good, man. Probably up to 17 to 20.6 Canadian dollars there. That's a nice bounce off of your overbought zone. Man, I can't talk tonight. It looks good. Yeah, you probably want to go up higher. That's my thoughts on that. Pretty easy. Looks good. Looks good. Any movement down is going to be minor, and it definitely has a little bit more to go up before it moves further down. RIOT, if it moves further down. I'm not saying it's destined to go down, but also another good day. Look at that. Across the board, all of them really good. Riot with some decent earnings. Revenue apparently wasn't too good, but I mean, it wasn't bad. It's not like they're losing money. They're still making pretty decent money, but less than what they estimated. 382 bounce up to the 069. You are above the 236. That's nice to see. I kind of would expect that you go higher. I kind of would. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, I kind of would, man. Yep. I know I was calling for prices to go lower, maybe finding a higher low or even a lower low than these in my last video. But I think, switching that again, the week is still young. We still have a little bit left in the week, 4 days left to go. So let's see how it goes. But I'm optimistic, man. Finding support on the 618 after breaking above it like that, like you could be moving to $26 to $35 here pretty soon. You're at 17 right now. Good job, Riot. Looks good. Looks good, man. It's been consolidating, right? Moved up. Consolidated, move up more. You might move all the way up to $45 before you see a phase like this again, right? That doesn't mean it's going to be in a straight line here. You moved up in a straight line and then you consolidated from January 9th to March 13th. And then you moved up again and then you consolidated from April 10th, the week of April 10th, until July of or the 3rd of July. So it's not going to be a straight line up, though this probably felt like it more or less like back in the past, but maybe not day to day, week to week, but like it looks like a straight line right there. But inevitably, I do what I'm trying to say is I think you will this next move, this next phase when you break out of this consolidation phase up. You will have checks along the way, but inevitably you're going to move up to like $46, $40, something like that before you see another consolidation phase like this. That's my genuine opinion. So that's Riot looking good, looking like it wants to go up higher. And again, that can change too. Let's see how the week closes. But unless you close dramatically lower, like I'd say you're at 1737, unless you like really close this week below like 1540, I think you're good. I think you're in the clear. Riot, coin. Is that right? We're talking about coin. Coinbase. Oh, hey. Is this right? All right, we're talking about Coinbase, yeah. Not a minor. 193 moving up, looking good. Weekly RSI looks really good. It was overbought and then it wasn't, and now it is again. We have to wait for the week to close to get confirmation as well, but it is looking good. So let's see how much higher we can go. Let's see if we can close this week green. If it does flip red, that wouldn't look good at all, and likely would set us up for prices potentially around $100, man. Like very well potentially around 100, maybe even lower than that. But let's just see how it goes. The daily does have bearish divergence forming, but it's not confirmed until you have a red day. Not a whole lot of volume, to be fair, for this move, but if tomorrow is like the breakout day, if you like have another candle like this but with a lot more volume, or even a bigger candle like that, that would be definitely implicating that we're going higher. And where would we go if we go higher, assuming we go higher? Top to bottom, 217 to 280, somewhere around there. Makes sense to me. Let's say 218 to 280. We'll put lines there so I can show you what I'm seeing here. It comes in line with the previous area. So from this fib, take it away, 886 up here, 786 up here. Look, that's the consolidation range you had right there, top and bottom part of it. So minimum target there, maximum target there, somewhere in that area, more likely is what I'm thinking. So between, let's say 216 to 282, somewhere around there, makes sense to me. Unless you see a reversal at some point in this week to where you close this week a little bit lower and get out of the overbought zone again. If you can get out of that overbought zone, maybe we're looking at prices around $100 or lower. But let's see. The fact that Bitcoin's going up today, again, let's wait for the day to close. Let's see how it all goes. Let's wait for the week to close. But it would imply that prices go higher. That's my genuine opinion. Daily looks decent. 3 hour does have bearish divergence, but it's not confirmed. It just has that look, but it's not confirmed. I like the 2 hour. I like the 1 hour. I do think it goes higher. So that's that. If you guys like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for coming. And good job everybody holding on, man. It's looking good, looking really good. It definitely feels good to be in the green making money. You know, it's nice to be right if I make a bearish call. I love being right whenever, you know, but like who cares, whatever. It's not nice to be wrong, but it's much more nice to make money. And if it takes me being wrong to be in the green on money, I'm okay with that, man. I really am okay with that. But I know I've probably made some not so good calls recently with some of these crypto stocks, but you win some, you lose some, man. It's not about being right or wrong. If you think it's about being right or wrong, you're doing it wrong. It's about risk management. It really is about risk management. And how you manage risk is, even if you think it's going lower, you don't sell all your assets. You wait to buy more, right? If it's going higher, you know, you believe it's going to go higher, you don't chase. You wait for a pullback. You know, risk management. Try to get in and get out at good points, essentially. And if we think this thing is at, you know, the beginning of its cycle, we see these things going way higher. There's no sense in selling your bag here when you believe it's going to see new all-time highs, right? If it goes lower, it could go lower, and you could make a play where you buy cheaper than where you bought, whatever, or like it could go lower and you buy cheaper where you bought. It could, but if you hold it here and it doesn't go down there and it goes up, or it does go down there and it goes up, either way it goes higher. If you hold it here and you don't sell, you will make money on it, versus could make a little extra, right? That could is a money killer, man. Don't play to that. It's okay to play a little bit, sell a little bit, you know, do whatever, play a little bit of the game, have cash on the side to wait to buy dips, stuff like that. But I said this in my last video, but they call it buying the dip. It's a single thing, right? It's not sell your bag, sell the high and buy the dip. That's not what they say. They say buy the dip, because it's literally just buy as it dips and hold through it, hold through the cycle, right? You don't, and I mean, don't get me wrong. If you play it completely perfectly, you sell this top, you buy this low, you sell this top, you buy that low, you're going to make a lot more money a lot faster, sure. But most people can't do that. Most people think the prices will go lower, and then, you know, they sell up here. They feel really smart once the price is down here, but they're expecting it to go, come on now, help me out, lines. The magnet's in the way. They expect it to go down here, and then it goes back up, and it's higher than it was before where you sold it, and now you feel dumb instead of feeling smart. So that's why it's really important to have exposure at all points in time, because you never know when you can be wrong about stuff like this, man. It's nice to be right. It's nice to not be wrong, but it's not about that, right? It's really not about that. It's about risk management. And the best way to manage your risk is to not play the game. Don't play the coulds, play the wills. Play the it will happens, not the this could happen if I do this. Don't play that game. You will get burned. Likely you will. Some people can do it. Not most people can. And the people that do that stuff, they still don't even gamble, because it is more or less gambling, playing that game. They don't do it with a large bit of money. They do it with money they can afford to lose. And maybe it's a large bit of money to some people, but to them it's not like large bits of money. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. If you like this video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Maybe I should say not large bits of money, large bits of their portfolios. That might be what I should have said. Anyways, take care. Bye-bye.